Here I am. Hi, everybody. It's a snow day here outside of Washington, D.C. in the DMV. So I hope everybody is staying safe and warm. I wanted to hop on here really quickly because you all know that I'm passionate about helping churches, ministries, faith-based organizations know what it means to operate in legal compliance and help them take those steps. My experience has been in the more than 25 years I've had the blessing of serving pastors and church leaders all across the nation in my work as a church attorney. I have found that people want to do the right thing, right? Churches generally want to do the right thing. Usually, these leaders, church leaders, are good people providing wonderful resources to the community. They're passionate about serving the community. They are passionate about helping. That's usually why people do this work. But often there is a lot of noise around what it means to do the right thing, like what that looks like. So I'm really happy to be able to be a reliable resource for churches and ministries to rely upon. And so I want to talk a little bit about legal insights for churches built on integrity, because I think that really encapsulates the people that I've had the blessing of working with. So whether we're talking about denominations, I often say I've served churches from like A to Z, like not quite Z, but certainly W, right? So from apostolic to Baptist to Church of God to Church of God in Christ to all the way to Wesleyan, I guess. W, hi, you all. Thanks for jumping in. So I really just want to, share the fact that Faithful Foundations, a membership that I created last year, it's really one of the things I'm so passionate about because I get to work with church leaders that say we want to operate in integrity, because that's usually the case, but we need some tools, right? We need a little bit of step-by-step guidance. I'm not expecting pastors and church leaders to be attorneys. I'm not expecting that they would have gone to 4 years of undergrad and 3 years of law school and clerked for the chief judge of the state's highest court and practiced for 25 years, right? That's been my experience. I don't expect that of church leaders, because your passion is serving the flock, right? Being in the community. And so I'm grateful that I get to help church leaders who help so many other people. So when you're a church built on integrity, you want to make sure that you're in a community that can help you get there, right? This is the beauty of being in this new year. We've got like fresh pages on the calendar, like everything is available to us. That's how it feels in January, right? Everything is clean. You've got a fresh slate. So I want to answer some questions about the Faithful Foundations membership. So first of all, what is it? I created Faithful Foundations membership. It's really based on my proprietary legal audit system, the church attorney legal audit system. What I found is when churches would reach out to me, so they would call me and say, Eureka, we're excited. We're getting ready to buy a building. And I'm like, yay, let me help you out. Or Eureka, we're really excited. We're getting ready to sell our building and we're doing this other thing. Or Eureka, we're doing this expansion, or we are now bringing on a school. We want to start a school, or we want to build a community development center, like a CDC. So whatever the things are happening, sometimes the things are less good, right? There's a lawsuit, there's litigation matters, or there's a contract situation, or there's a hiring issue or an employment issue, right? Sometimes the matters vary, but at the root of it all is that we've got to have our operations at a place that we can pick up and move forward, right? We want to be able to grow. We want to be able to expand. We want to be able to do more of the good things that churches do. And we can only do that if we have a solid foundation. What had happened in some instances, we were all excited about the new thing, but then we get involved. We go behind the curtain, right? I go behind the curtain and I'm seeing like their operations, and often documents are missing, or things are not in place, or things have been misplaced, or maybe the wonderful church mother who had been keeping the notes for years and years, like certain things just aren't in place, or there's not certain policies about how we operate. And you just can't be as great as God intends for you to be without having a strong and solid foundation, right? The Bible even talks about that. I think there's a parable about a foundation, building our home, building what we do on a solid foundation. So that's why I created Faithful Foundations membership. So really, some people who sign in, they are leaders. They're church leaders. Maybe they head the finance committee, or they're on the finance committee, or pastors. Thanks for the thumbs up. Maybe a pastor, maybe a board member. If you serve on the board of trustees or the board of directors or whatever the governing board is, like, this is absolutely the community for you. This is the place you want to make sure you are, so you can understand the rules, the regulations associated with the duty that you signed up for, right? A lot of times church leaders are in the place where they serve because they have the heart to serve. But unfortunately, they've not often gotten the information, the training, the resources to serve well. Let me just give you one example. So here we are now in January, right? One of the most important things that churches need to do around this time is make sure that they provide giving statements to their donors. So people who've been tithing, who've been giving their offerings, we want to make sure that we give them the giving statement, the proper giving statement, so that they are ready to file their taxes at the appointed time. So generally, you want to do these things, whether it's a giving statement, it's a 1099, it's a W-2, like all these things need to be issued in January. Well, if you don't have a good support system, if you don't really have all the tools in place, mistakes can be made, and not intentionally, of course, but inadvertently mistakes can be made. I'll give you an example of a church where they provided a giving statement to all of their donors. And so that's a good thing. Thumbs up for that. But unfortunately, the giving statement was improper. So this couple ended up getting audited, which is a reality. I'm going to be talking more about that in my free webinar tomorrow, and I'll make a point to drop the link here. But they got audited, and the IRS raised a question around this sizable donation over time, right? So this is a tithing couple. They had given $25,000 over the course of the year to a church. So these are the kind of members you want to have, right? So they made the donation. The IRS said, well, we need to have this information, like the donation substantiated. Where's your giving statement? So they had the giving statement, but the giving statement did not have, thanks for the thumbs up, did not have the requisite language that the IRS requires. So it wasn't in the proper format. And some people may call these things technicalities, and probably they are. Truthfully, they probably are. But everybody doesn't have the same level of information. It's unfair maybe to say, or maybe it's unfortunate, however you want to couch it. But the reality is that we're all presumed to know the law, even though it takes going to law school and practicing for a number of years to actually know it. But as they say, ignorance is no excuse of the law. So unfortunately, this couple did not have the giving statement that they got from their church was improper. So the IRS said, we're going to disregard it. And they ended up with a humongous tax bill, really because the church that they loved, that they gave $25,000 to over time, didn't give them a proper giving statement. I mean, this is the kind of thing that I'm like, I can help you. Like, I don't want to see a church go down when you can be helped. So that's why I'm so passionate about the work that I do, about the way that I get to serve. And really, Faithful Foundations allows churches to have accessibility through this way of working with really a step-by-step system that I've created over the course of 12 months so that you can get everything you need to feel comfortable and confident that you are operating in integrity in the way that you want to. So you may ask the question, I want to ask some questions that people have asked me about the membership. So it says, I'm new to church leadership. Is this membership right for me? Absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, we have people in the membership now who join because they're in a leadership role and they want to make sure that they're operating in integrity. And I don't know if you've ever heard the term fiduciary, F-I-D, here I go spelling, that's not my ministry, fiduciary, F-I-D-U-C-I-A-R-Y. There we go. Fiduciary. That means you are a person who is responsible for making the right choices for your church. So anybody in a leadership role, you are known legally as a fiduciary. So it's really critical that if you're a church leader, I have plenty of church leaders who say, listen, I'm going to sign up myself because I want to make sure that I'm doing the right thing. So if you're a church leader, this is for you. Faithful Foundations is designed to help leaders at all levels, whether you're new or experienced. So it's absolutely for you. Another question that I've been asked is, what if I don't have a legal background? Is the Faithful Foundations membership for me? Absolutely. In fact, I am presuming that you don't have a legal background. So this isn't for people who have a legal background. It's just for church leaders who want to operate in integrity. So the membership breaks down complex legal matters into easy to understand steps, and we build over time. So you don't have to worry about being overwhelmed. I've got this question. Can my board or leadership team join as well? I love this question. So if you're coming in as a leader and you're like, can the remaining members of the board join? We absolutely have a process for that. When you sign up for the all access membership, which is what most people sign up for, you get to add 2 additional leaders from the same church to your membership. So the 3 of you, right, get to come in and get information. And that way you're hearing the same thing at the same time. Does Faithful Foundations membership serve as my church's personal attorney? I'm glad you asked. No, because how, right? I don't know all of your issues. This is a program. It's really set to make sure that you get all of the foundational information that you need to ensure that whatever those next steps are, whatever the next steps of your vision are, that you're able to do that. So if you're looking to grow, if you're looking to expand, if you're looking to buy a property, if you're looking to maybe hire, bring in some more support, if you are really wanting to make decisions about how do we manage the fact that post-COVID, like things are different in our church, it really gives you some really keen insights and some immediately useful documents. So I definitely think that's critical. But if you need one-on-one legal support, we can certainly talk to you and help direct you to the right path there. Next question that I've had is cancellation. Can I cancel my membership? Yes, we actually give you a 7-day money back guarantee cancellation period, right? So if you get in that week, you check things out and you're like, I don't know if this is right for me. First of all, why? How? But just in case, we make sure that there is a 7-day cancellation period. And outside of that, we ask everyone to commit to that 12-month period, because it really does build on layer by layer, as the Bible says, line upon line, precept upon precept, here a little, there a little, right? It's all meant to build to ensure that your church has everything that it needs. So I really feel so passionately. I love the people who have already signed on to this community. We're opening the doors of the Faithful Foundations membership tomorrow officially, but I will make sure that the link is dropped for you. Also, join me in a free webinar. Tomorrow, I'm going to be talking about these top 5 legal issues for 2025. I think 2025 might be a little bit of a wild ride. Right? We already know in the United States that we have had a very contentious election season. And so now this month, we're going to be changing. There's going to be a change of the guards in terms of our presidency. Our economy is very interesting. If you are keeping an eye on things, there's questions about sort of where things are going to be, lots of uncertainty within the markets. So from a financial standpoint, so there's a lot happening right now. And I just really encourage you to make sure that you get the information that you need, get in the community that can hold you close and provide necessary insights as we're going forward. So I'm going to drop the link for this top 5 legal considerations. We want to make sure that you know how you can shield your church. And it's a free webinar that's happening tomorrow, noon Eastern time. Get in the room. We've got like almost 500 churches signed up around the nation. So if you're not signed up, make sure you get in the room. We look forward to seeing you there. Thanks so much for joining me here. And I hope to see you tomorrow and also in the membership. Blessings. Bye.